At 5, with coverage you can count on. King 5 News at 5.
And welcome back. A city leader in Seattle says it's bizarre that it even has to be talked about, but today they did.
The city officials are trying to make voyeurism a crime, the taking of pictures up women and girls' skirts in public places. King 5's Megan Black was at a meeting today in Seattle and joins us now from the newsroom with the story. Megan?
Gene Dennis, last month the state Supreme Court ruled that taking those kinds of photos in a public place is actually legal in Washington state. Not because the behavior's okay, but because of the way our state law is currently written. Well, today the city of Seattle took the first step in trying to correct that legal loophole.
There are creeps out there who would take illicit pictures without the consent of women, of parts of women's bodies, and then distribute or sell those pictures. And that, to me, is unacceptable in the city of Seattle.
Seattle City Councilman Jim Compton's meeting with experts to help draft an ordinance making that kind of voyeurism illegal once again. Jolene Jang has a lot to say. Just 2 years ago, a man took pictures similar to these of Jolene's skirt while she was at the Bite of Seattle. She wasn't the only victim.
There were lots of little girls. We're talking 3, 4, 5-year-old girls.
Jang says the ordeal was horrible, but then she felt re-victimized to learn the court overturned the conviction of the guy who did it. Despite her pain and embarrassment, Jang has turned this issue into her personal crusade.
I haven't heard anybody else speaking out, so I feel like the social obligation to really speak out. On those movies, the victims are always scared to talk. Well, you can't do anything unless people know about it.
Seattle's proposed ordinance would make this kind of voyeurism illegal based on privacy laws, not sex laws like the state statute. The state legislature will undoubtedly correct its loophole, but until then, the city ordinance will help put an end to it here and perhaps prevent other crimes.
What you have with this is you have a foot in the door. You have, now a behavior that is a crime, which means there will be an investigation of that crime, which means you can look up criminal histories of a particular person, so you're going to see if that person has been engaged in other types of crime.
Experts say 50% of those who engage in voyeurism are pedophiles. A third are rapists. So cracking down on voyeurism could very well stop other crimes. Now, if all goes planned, the Seattle City Council could vote on this ordinance in early December. Live in the newsroom, Megan Black, King 5 News.
Megan,